Excellent. And welcome back, everyone, to session 11 and what should, without, without any unforeseen things happening, should be the finale of Heart of Darkness. When we last left off, uh, Captain Luger narrowly escaped the clutches of Perfect Burger and his pair of pet deacons and was able to escape in an EVA pod, which is currently headed towards the set arena. Meanwhile, Dr. Ajiri and Alex had met with uh, Flo Wicks just before she passed away, but imparted their her intentions that she wanted to destroy the station to not allow the creatures on board to leave Ablassen. And they made their way to the airlock where the crew had initially entered Erebos and are currently making the way up the tether from the airlock to the set arena. While both were doing that and Luger was piloting the EVA pod, they witnessed uh, the UPP destroyer be completely ripped in half by a set of biomechanical tentacles that erupted from the station, both pieces now burning and listing towards the black hole. From there, oh, and last but not least, Drabakowski had made her way to the bottom of the station and activated the thrusters, which have now been pushing Erebos into the direction of the black hole, and in less than maybe 2 or 3 turns, will be in a orbit that will be unrecoverable, and more likely than not, Erebos should be captured by the black hole itself. Um, so why don't we start with Grabakowski? You were just going into the chute from deck J. Let me just put the chute up. Preload. Some people here who are no longer here. Can you guys all see this map?
Yep, looks like side view.
Yep.
I'm probably just gonna get rid of all the tokens except for 3. All right, so you were just down here, Drabakowski, and from what I gathered, you were trying to make your way to the escape pods on deck I.
Correct.
Okay. So we'll begin where you just entered the chute. Uh, Drabakowski goes weightless, and you start making your way up this enormous shaft. Basically, uh, this whole bottom part of a blast of Erebos is almost a half a kilometer long, and just to get to the next deck is like over 140 something meters. As you're going, what's going through your mind?
Um, just getting the hell out of there, making sure this ship doesn't is destroyed, prevent anything from getting off, but hopefully I can get out.
Any ruminations as to the fate of the rest of your crew, wherever they are?
Um, hoping they've noticed the ship's moving or the station is moving and decide to get the hell out too, but if they have to die to keep the creatures from getting off the station, sorry, y'all.
You are definitely siding with duty and honor, then, right?
Yes.
So, with that, um, you make your way finally up to the next deck. And let me just preload this. And you see the indicators for the hatches, up here on deck I as you start to reach it. Let me know if people can or cannot see.
I can see. Let's zoom in now.
Yeah, I gotta zoom in a lot. Ooh, teeny tiny.
Okay, you see the indicators for the airlock doors, well, the station doors for this level. Uh, they, well, they're locked, but they're not technically locked. Right? Where'd you go?
Oh. Oh.
As you open the door, you are immediately shown this image. Well, not shown an image. You see piles of bodies on the catwalk in front of you. They seem to be a mix of former station personnel and the telltale yellow and orange jumpsuits of prisoners.
So, okay. Oh shit! I just walked into something.
The blood
So
is
I'm gonna.
dripping onto the catwalk, and due to the fluctuations of gravity in this part of the station, some of it floats in bubbles, some of it drips down 150 meters below.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I'm gonna exit the chute and kind of step over the bodies as best I can.
This, by the way, this area that you've come into is enormous. Um, these are basically bridges that are suspended about 150 meters above the deck that you were formerly at. Um, they're strung between four massive thermal plasma sinks. These big, round, cylindrical, structures on all four corners. They go like hundreds of meters above and below. You can feel the heat emanating from them, and you can see like indicators and pressure regulators on the sides of them, relegating the flow of the plasma that's been collected from a blasting.
Okay.
You also see in the distance what looks to be like electrical charges jumping to and from like pieces of machinery.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just continue. Would I be able to see where the pods are? Or the escape pods? Are there any kind of indicators?
There are signs that when you first came out that sort of point in the directions of the far side of these bridges, saying 2 EVA pods.
Okay, so any of them will lead there.
From what you gather, yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna just head down this first one, moving as quickly as I can.
Okay. As you do, you hear from behind you the sounds of the doors to the chute activating again.
No hell.
And you see someone stepping out of the chute, and they appear to be wearing spacesuit, but not one that you have seen in a long time, but you do recognize it as a UPP Super Commando EVA suit. And Go ahead, Room. You get the con.
Identify yourself.
I'm Dr. Drabakowski.
Colonel Dr. Drabikowski.
Yes. That's me.
Excellent. You are one of the people I need to find.
Me? Why?
You have the data, yes?
What data?
Ironfish. We got your transmission.
I sent no transmission.
Is that so? It
By
could
the
have
way,
been the other.
this is the person you're talking to, Drabakowski.
Okay. That was probably Navarre.
Yes, I've been trying to reach him. There is some kind of blockage in the shaft. I can detect him on the upper reaches of the ship, but I cannot get there. I can only hope
Yes,
this
yes.
data is worth it. Some
Yes, he
sabotage has
questioned.
vented my squad.
Yes, he also inquired about the ironfish data, and that rescue was coming. But I have not heard from him since then.
And we need to get them.
I don't know where he is at, but all I know is we have to get the hell out of here. I've set this ship on a course to head for the black hole.
You have what? Then how long do we have?
Just a few minutes. These creatures cannot be allowed to leave this station.
We need to evacuate Navarre, as you say. There are, I think there are pods on this level. If we can find
Yes,
them,
that's where I'm heading.
we can
I'm
get up
heading
and get them
towards the
out.
pod now.
Let's go then.
As you come
Oh.
closer, you can hear the static electric discharges from the station that looks to have a port where you can plug in something the size of maybe a ship power cell.
Okay. So, do I know those other people charged the cells and got back to the set arena?
Um,
Yeah, I think I
who
was with Luger when we found that out.
did you know? Yeah, I don't remember. Did you guys share that information?
Dr. Ajiri broadcasted it to the whole crew, the conversation
Okay.
he was having.
So yeah, you do know.
Okay. So, well, we don't have any cells to charge for the ship. We already know the batteries have been taken back to the set arena. So I'm gonna just keep moving.
And do I know that our destroyer's been destroyed?
You entered the station before that happened, so you're not sure, but you're not getting. If you tried to contact them, you haven't been getting any word back.
I've been getting comms scrambled, trying to get back to the destroyer, but we do not need to charge it. If we get to the escape pods, we can get back home.
Yes, yes. Somebody apparently charged the cells for the set arena already as well. So we no longer need to charge anything.
My commanders do not want it to leave, then it will not leave.
Drabikowski, before you move any further, can you give me an observation roll, please?
Oh, okay.
Okay. And actually, you two,
Uger.
your suit, the way your helmet is designed, it's actually obscures your vision a little, so it automatically gives you a
Yeah.
minus.
Perfect
Right.
for a soldier.
Looks like
So you
something out
don't
of Spaceballs.
you don't see anything. Drabikowski, you notice as you walk into this large hangar, basically this whole outside wall is a giant hangar door. You
Mm-hmm.
do you do see the EVA pod docked here in the center, but you also notice movement. Before you move any further, you see something climbing around the top near the hatch. You see one of these creatures carrying one of the dead bodies. Can you see the body?
No, just a creature.
No, I can see the creature.
All right. Let me just theater of the mind, the body. Um, you see the creature climb up near the top of the hatch. The hatch is, opens, and the creature dumps the body inside. Now I need to have you roll mobility, each of you, if you're trying to not be detected.
Fucking.
Yeah, I think ducking around the corner.
Ah!
Oh. Your military training has kicked in.
Can I give a success to another PC in the same situation? So attitude breathing, push her against the wall.
What do you want to do with your extra success?
Give a success to a PC in the same situation. So I grab her and push her against the wall as she freezes.
All right, so basically you grab Drabikowski and pull her back with you.
Yeah.
All right. As you do, you notice that she's sort of dead weight. Describe what you're going through right now, Drabikowski.
I was already being panicked from the whole situation in general, seeing this creature dragging bodies and dumping them where we need to go. I just start to panic more and breathing really fast and just stop dead in my tracks like, oh hell, I can't deal with this, and about to have a total panic attack when I feel him grab me from behind and yank me back.
By the way, her panic affected you.
Oh, yep.
So you get one stress. But you do manage to duck out of the way as this creature at the same time sort of turns its head and begins to descend the ladder of the EVA. It reaches the ground and it looks like it's going to start moving in your direction. You don't have much time before it's going to round the corner and see you. What do you do?
I'm going to try and get ahead of Drabikowski and fire on it.
Okay, so you
Try
want
and get the
to
jump on it.
surprise it.
Yeah.
Okay, give me another mobility. Okay. As you try to position yourself to take a preemptive shot, it seems to sense your presence and immediately looks in your direction as it sort of rears its head and gives you like a challenging threat display. I'm going to go into initiative.
Oh, wonderful.
Don't worry, the military's here.
And you got the panicked and overly stressed.
Oh dear. 9, Sam.
Oh, 2 of them. Wonderful. Oh no, it's Steve. Come on.
It just gets to move twice.
Oh, wonderful. That's even better.
It immediately centers on the closest individual, which is you, Dravikowski. So you're in the same zone. It moves into engaged range. And it's going to attack. So as it closes the distance to you, Dravikowski, its jaws spring out forward of its mouth, opening wide and snapping at you, trying to grab you by the arm. Roll your armor.
Okay. Armor. Holy hell. Woo!
So instead of 2 damage, you take 1 point of damage. But as it finds a soft point in your armor, it immediately inflicts critical injury number 36 and breaks your arm. You can choose.
Oh no.
You can choose which arm.
I'll say my left.
Okay. Are you a righty?
Yeah.
Lucky. So you hear a crunch and a snap as your arm breaks, and you are grappled by this creature. What you are holding, you drop in your other hand.
Oh wait.
Ignore that result.
I was trying to
I
mark
think if
my
you,
critical injury on my sheet and it rolled the critical injury. Sorry.
That's all
If
right.
you right click it, it lets you enter a specific number.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I only found it out there.
Yeah, I didn't know
Okay.
that.
Good to know. Thanks, Room.
How do I can't delete it. Stupid thing.
So
I tried that one.
It works for something.
from the trauma of your broken arm, even though your other arm is okay, you drop, I'm assuming, whatever weapon you were holding, if you were holding a weapon.
It would have. Oh yeah. I had the EVA pistol.
All right, so that clacks to the ground. Going forward, when you try to attempt to escape, you're going to suffer a -3 modifier. And again, you have to make an immediate panic roll.
Okay, so another panic roll. Yay! Great. That kind of makes sense.
Okay. although you try to seek cover, you cannot get free of it. And currently, it's still attacking you. While it's got you in its grasp, it uses its next attack and starts to thrash you around. And I need you to roll armor again. All right. You take another point of damage, even though it soaked up one of its damage. And so, yeah, you're just being throttled about by this thing. Jarvikowski, you're currently in its clutches. The only thing you can really do is try to escape if you want.
Yeah, I guess that's about all I got to attempt. So
So you have
If
to
you
do a mobility at actually a close combat with a -3 modifier.
ugh. Why is it not popping up? Oh, there it is. -3. I'm gonna feel this. Oh, did better than I thought. And a
You,
stress.
You fight through the pain, I guess, to pull your arm out. You manage to dislodge it from the creature's mouth, but you scream.
Making me nervous.
All right. So that would be your, I guess, attack is a fast action.
Yeah, I have no slow actions for the next couple rounds.
Right. Okay. Sub-Lieutenant, you see Jarvikowski's bloody arm come out of the mouth of this creature. What do you do?
Is she still being grappled by it?
No, she's pulled free, but still in engaged range.
In which case I move forward and fire into it.
Okay. So lucky for you, your
It's like an inbuilt suit gun, isn't it?
Yep. Whatever else that you have that might be loose kind of shakes loose, though.
With a knife attached to my suit, I guess.
Yep. And roll armor. Yours are not armor piercing, I don't believe.
They are, I think.
I know the AK-470 rounds are not, but
Armor piercing, full auto.
oh, the K-104. Oh, they are armor piercing. Okay, cool. All right, so armor is halved. Okay, you see all of your rounds just sink into this creature, and it wails in agony, but in anger as well. So that was 2 points of damage.
Yep. Get out the door!
Okay. You've enraged it and have earned its attention. It moves into engaged range and attacks you. it sort of slashes out, like it sort of jumps in the air, like slashing with its hands and its feet, tearing at you. But it seems to hit the hard points of your suit or misses entirely, and you are unaffected. However, it's still engaged range and is going to attack again. Again, this thing is enraged and just launches itself at you again. This time seems to get more balance and purchase. I need you to roll armor. Okay. So yeah, it does manage to connect, but your armor sort of like takes a glancing blow, and you do not feel the effects of this creature's attack again. Drabikowski, what do you do? You're not its focus quite at the moment.
I'm just gonna stumble backwards trying to get the hell away from it. Would that be a fast action? Because that's all I got.
Fast. You can run,
Yeah, I'm gonna run.
but it's 2 actions to get through the door, so you can get to the door.
Okay, to the door.
All right, Sub-Lieutenant, what do you do next?
I forget, is there a penalty for firing it engaged?
Yes, it's at a -3.
I've already got my tremble penalty as well. Although I did also drop my knife, so I think it's my only option whilst Drabikowski's still here. So yeah, I'll fire on it. I'll aim and fire.
Okay, so you get a -1 as the net.
Is it already going to be included? No, it won't
Uh,
be. It won't know as engaged, will it? -1.
What do you want to do with your extra?
Um,
Assuming you still get the shot off. I don't know if you're high enough to get, probably not to get a 10, but
I would like to exchange initiative.
okay. Go ahead and roll your panic.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, describe what you're doing.
So that cancels out the attack, doesn't it? Was it a 10?
Is it a 10?
It's panic level 10.
Yeah, it does cancel out. So describe what happened.
So in which case I'm basically wrestling back and forth with this thing. I've managed to fend it off twice. I'm just trying to get purchase, and I'm starting to sort of hyperventilate a bit. the teeth keep napping towards my visor. Maybe it's actually scratching its teeth right along the visor of my my spacesuit. And yeah, I'm sort of pointing my iron cannon towards it, but I just can't get the shot and just freeze.
Okay. And in the midst of that, you were tactically trying to reposition yourself to get, the jump on it next round. But since you're completely frozen, it just sort of slips your mind.
Yeah.
So you're not able to. All right. The creature taking advantage of your confusion is going to attack. Oh boy. All right. While you're standing there, it sort of lunges forward with its head, turning it to the side. It sort of like shoots out and grabs your shoulder, but immediately retracts, kind of in like a shredder motion.
Yeah.
I need you to roll armor. Oh, all right. So as it does this and rips through that part of your suit, you take 2 points of damage. And pick an arm.
Let's go with right.
Your right arm, the one that's probably doesn't have the suit gun.
Yeah.
That arm gets completely severed off.
Oh,
Ah!
It clunks to the ground as blood spurts from your limb. And you have to make a panic roll.
Oh, do I?
Yep.
I would imagine getting your arm ripped off is kind of panic-inducing.
A little bit, a little bit.
So describe your panic.
I've just lost my fucking arm. I'm panicked. I scream out. I'm watching as the arc of blood flies through the air. And my arm is still within this creature's jaw. I think it might be time to leave.
But before you can even try to escape, it gets another attack.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, no.
Roll your armor again. Pick an arm or a leg.
Leg.
As you try to
Fight off
to
your kneecaps.
as you try to escape, it reaches out. Oh wait, no, this is not that same one. It's Hookjaw. So you immediately suffer injury number 30, critical injury number 36, broken arm. So it sort of latches onto your good arm and like twists, and you hear it crack,
Oh.
Oh
and
no.
your gun arm goes limp.
Is there more damage to that as well?
It's only 2. You only just 2 points for this attack, but
Somehow I'm not broken. They make him tough in the UPP.
close combat attempts to break its grapple, which it has on you now, is going to be at a -3 modifier. So it's got you in its clutches. It's got your spaghetti arm in its mouth.
And I'm frozen, so I've only got a fast action.
Yeah.
Well,
Dramakowski, you hear a bunch of crunching going on behind you. What do you do?
I see his arm getting ripped off and like, nope, I'm done. Bye. I'm gonna go through the door.
Okay, and I'll say
'Cause I know I can't help.
you can use.
I left my gun on the ground.
And you still are missing a slow action, or do you have your slow actions now?
I lost 2 slow actions, so I think that was where I lost my slow action too.
All right. You just managed to get through the door, but not much farther. Okay. Sub-Lieutenant, they never trained you for this in MSS basic
no.
training. Unfortunately, what do you try to do?
There's an interesting thing in the weapon description that says that if the ammo pack is taken out of my suit, that it explodes. Just wondering if I could like jam it further into the thing's mouth and then get it to try and bite down on the ammo pack.
That's a kind of a stretch because you can't actually move your arm.
Yeah, they can't really game that.
I mean, if Drabikowski had a gun, you could say, "Take me out, please," that sort of thing, like to the ammo box. But
I think I'm going to futilely try and struggle then. So mobility minus 1,000.
yeah, might as well be -3
Well,
close combat.
My
break.
pistol. I
-3
had to
close
drop
combat.
my pistol. I had to drop my pistol, so technically that's still on the ground right there.
Yeah, I don't have any working arms though.
True. Okay.
So -3, these are.
Yep.
Okay.
you somehow manage to flop your hand
Oh,
out of
let's
his
see.
jaws. And doing so, you scream. Describe it.
It's got my one remaining arm in its jaws. I wrench it out, teeth scrape right along the sleeve of it, and I screech out in horrific pain, which is cathartic. I lose the stress.
You decrease by 1 stress, but Drabikowski needs to make a panic roll.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm not too
course
worried
I
about
do.
Drabikowski in this moment.
I don't think we're worried about each other.
Well, that still works out in your favor.
That absolutely works out.
Oh, nice.
You describe your panic, Drabikowski.
I see him fighting with this creature, getting an arm ripped off and his other one gnawed on. I just knowing I can't help at all because I dropped my pistol earlier. I'm getting the hell out and running down the hall as fast as I possibly can.
All right. So your stress goes down by 1, but Sub-Lieutenant, you see the one chance of someone trying to help you, like running as fast as they can away from your situation, which makes you panic.
Okay. I didn't roll. There we go. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna say Drabikowski can't see you anymore.
So
Turn the other way.
would I be further down the hall?
Not quite yet. You're just turned
Okay.
away.
Okay.
So you've sort of sealed the deal with this creature. It's either you or it's going to go down. That's your turn. This creature sees the fury in your eyes, and you see it sort of like take it as a challenge and attacks you. Roll your armor.
Oh no.
You take 1 point of damage.
I'm broken.
Okay, and also pick a leg or your floppy arm.
Let's go over the leg this time. Let's go get them all out.
Down low, catches the seam between your thigh and your abdomen. The jaw shoots out, grabs on, but retracts back immediately, and it cuts your leg off.
No.
Ragdoll.
Yeah, seriously, you got me beat.
And Andy's going like, these are my dream rolls. Why does this never happen? All right.
Just a flesh wound.
You crumple down into your own pool of blood.
Could still attack with that leg.
So
Bite off a kneecap.
as soon as you hit the ground, the creature raises its head, focusing on Drabikowski.
Oh,
And
fuck.
in the second action, lunges towards the door, maybe getting into the door before it's your turn, Drabikowski.
Oh, I'm running like hell.
So you can clear a zone, which would probably bring you to the edge of the gangway if that's where you're going, or if you want to try to make it to the other escape pod room.
I'm gonna try to find another escape pod, but I know I'm gonna corner myself. But hey, what the hell?
All right, you're broken, and you have no arms to help yourself.
I assume I can't activate the gun.
Nope.
Did I move to the right space, or could I go further?
That's about right.
Okay. Okay.
Can I drag myself to the door and press the switch?
Well, you
Well, actually,
can't reach the
well,
switch.
yeah.
You can maybe start log rolling, you know, in pain and
I
agony.
think I'm just there bleeding.
The deacon is going to cross the zone and get into an engaged range with you, being so fast.
Oh no.
And now that it's caught up with you, it attacks.
Oh, wonderful.
You feel like a presence extremely close to you, behind you, as you're trying to flee. In the periphery of your vision, you see the jaws of this creature snap to the right of your head and retract immediately, but it missed. In its eagerness to get you, it sort of like tried to, figure out where your head was going to be, but kind of misjudged. All right, your turn.
I'm gonna keep running towards this door right in front of me. Can I make it through the door or just to the door?
You can make it to the door, not through the door.
Okay.
The sub-lieutenant's little gurgles of pain coming through the channel for the UPP radio, but no one can hear you, so it's sad. The creature, again, not going to be denied its prey, closes the distance and enters engaged range, and it attacks on its next action or next turn. You feel that presence again, and all of a sudden, the left side of your head, you see the jaws snap and retract. But again, it's misjudged the distance and the speed that you're moving, and it misses.
Oh.
Your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna cross through the door and close it behind me.
Okay, give me.
And I
Oh, you're
I
not
was about to
walking.
say I've got some I've got 3 extra bonuses from earlier for doors.
Okay, so you run through and slam your fist on the panel to lock it.
Yep.
Okay, you wear through and you use your other action to lock the door.
Yep.
Sub-lieutenant is still wallowing in pain. The deacon is going to attack the door. Well, it would, but instead you hear this ear-piercing screech from behind the door that shakes you to your very core, and you have to panic. You have to roll panic.
Oh, of course.
Well, that changes your attitude.
There's nothing to attack.
So, because the only entity in this whole area is the deacon, I'm going to say that something in your brain just snaps, and you're going to decide to fight this thing and not run.
Oh boy.
The creature again tries to attack the door. I'm going to say the door has 7 points. You hear a smash and you see the door rumble a bit. Your turn.
Well, since I have decided that enough is enough and I'm going to attack this thing, I'm going to open the door and lunge at it.
Okay, melee, close combat, and close combat at engage is a +3.
Well, that was terrible. I'm going to push that.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, come
Much
on.
better.
All right, what do you want to do with all those extras?
Damage, damage, and more damage.
All right, so that's 4 points of damage total. It's going to roll its armor.
Please fail. Please fail.
It mitigates 1 point.
Is that with your fists?
Yeah. I don't have a weapon.
She is the weapon now.
Describe how you attack this creature.
After opening the door, I'm just gonna jump at it and jump on it and knock it to the ground and just start trying to keep its head away from me and slam it on the ground over and over.
All right.
Like beating its head into the grating.
So something about this desperate situation seems to give you a second wind, and your fists seem to have more power behind them. You manage to tackle this thing to the ground, and you start pummeling it, and one of your last blows hits it just right on the side of its head. You hear a weird and it goes limp. And you've killed it.
Woohoo!
And you killed it in a way that it doesn't bleed, so that's good. Although I don't know
Nice.
demons have that. But you see it goes still.
I'm gonna just continue to sit on it for a moment, holding it, making sure it really is dead, not playing possum.
Like in your berserker mode, you're just still smacking and slapping it around. Like, come on, get back up. But it doesn't, and it just sits still. All right, what do you do?
Well, I'm gonna guess the lieutenant over in the other side is a lost cause with no arm and no leg.
That's a good
And
guess.
and after killing this thing, I'm gonna continue to go and find a pod to get the hell out of here. So I'm gonna go back in this room, and this little square over here is
Yep.
where the pods are at, right?
So you'd climb up the side of it and open the hatch. So as you do, you look inside the pod, and what's inside are several dead bodies and several embryonic sacs. Similar
Oh, well,
to
that's
the
not it.
scene in the station.
Well,
Apparently, the creatures, for some reason, have been throwing these things into the pods for some purpose.
well, given I don't want these to escape the station, we're gonna close the hatch and walk back down. See if I can find one that's not full of pods.
Okay. I'm going to say that you spend some time, searching all of the pods. In the meantime, I think we're going to switch scenes. And we are outside in space, just outside of the station. we have Captain Luger in the EVA pod, and Alex and Dr. Ajiri crossing the distance on a tether from the airlock to the airlocks on level B of the Seterina. You're about halfway there. I'll start with you, Luger. As you pilot away from your close encounter with, did I say Burger or Luger? Okay, yeah, your encounter with Perfect Burger. You start heading towards the Seterina. Immediately, you notice things have definitely changed outside of the ship, where it has crashed into the maw of the trawler maw. Giant biomechanical tentacles have sort of intertwined between the maw and the plasma collector of the Seterina. Sort of like you can't really tell now where Erebos ends and Seterina begins. You've also noticed where the impact craters were, the growths have spread, looking more and more like the growths that you've seen in and around Erebos, as well as these small writhing biomechanical tentacles that sort of like reaching out from these spots, just sort of like flapping around. And do you want to do an observation to get an even closer inspection of what's going on? All right. So this is what you actually see that would, I guess, cause you to freeze. As you're looking about this, the status of the Seterina up and down the hull, aside from the writhing tentacles starting to poke out from these spots, you seem to think you see movement along the outer hull. And what you see is another one of these creatures like you had first encountered, this giant starfish tentacled creature crawling along the outside of the Seterina. And it reaches one of these spots. Go ahead. You just see one. And when it reaches the impact crater, it sort of like disappears into the fleshy muckness of it. Meantime, you seem to be just free floating now that you're sort of like frozen in fear. Dr. Jiri and Alex, you are making your way over the tether, and the running lights of the EVA sort of catch your attention, several 100 meters away. What do you do?
Running lights of the pod, Luger's pod.
Of his pod, yep. And you see it sort of stops in mid-flight between the station and you.
I'm gonna get on the horn. Captain Luger! Captain Luger! Is that you? In the pod?
You can respond, but, in character.
Luger! The station, it's moving. I'm worried about this cable. Could you please help assist us, me and Alex? We are currently making our way back to the ship right now, but the keyboard, it's very taut. I don't know how much more it can take of the G-forces that are being pressed on it from the acceleration of the station. It's heading towards the black hole. What are you heading?
Jerry, do you want to try and do something to kind of snap Luger out of it?
Yeah, I actually think I can use my talent. Let's see. Actually, no, that's not a talent. I don't have that one. That was our medical psychology android that had that talent, actually.
How about I'll say that you can use your calming presence,
Okay.
even though you're not in a relatively safe place. But I'm just, liberties here.
It's not calming about this conversation.
Can we just de-stress?
Yeah, can we de-stress? I'm gonna light up a cigarette. I think
say it helps Alex to de-stress too, whatever you're gonna say, and this will bring Luger out of panic.
Okay. Do you want me to do a? You want me to roll?
No, there's no roll involved. It's just you're using it. You can do this
Okay.
once per turn.
Okay. Luger, the battery's on the ship. We're almost home. We can do this. We just have to get there before. Yeah, it's terrible. But have you seen the station? It's we can do this. We just have to stop Alex's friends, ex-friends. We have to go. Please, assist us.
Okay. As you do, your searchlights pick up the small images of the two people outside. As you come closer, you see that it's Alex and Ajiri. Okay. No. Yep. Okay. So you're going to maneuver to them and allow them to get into the pod with you, correct? Well, technically there's only room for two, but I guess, one of you could sit on the other's lap.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
But in order to get in position, I need you to do a piloting roll, but I'll give you a +2 because you are a ship captain and you've been pretty, adept at using this EVA pod. Yeah, you can reduce one more.
We're about to get pushed off into space.
What the sick?
Oh,
Trouble?
no.
Could be worse.
Alex and Ajiri, give me a mobility roll to avoid being shoved by the pod as it comes too close.
Oh my god, ability roll. Let's see.
Okay.
So what's the weight? I'm at a disadvantage for my weight if I am at my max. Is that right, Sean?
Yeah. Well, that's
Zero
only.
G at the moment.
I'm not gonna count that. Just go ahead and do a straight mobility.
That's a good point. Yeah. Okay.
And the mass might
Uh,
still affect it, but I'm not gonna get nitpicky at this point.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah. Do this.
You make it, but see what your panic is.
Drop
Alright.
item. Not holding anything. So it's a random item then.
I'm gonna say since you have your Watsumi active, that it was in your hand or something, or at least not well secured, and it kind of gets bumped out of your suit hand or wherever it was stowed and sort of floats off into space.
But what does?
Your Watsumi bolt gun,
Okay.
so that's gone. Alex, you sort of see it longingly as it lists off into space.
Yeah, and Alex like clutches his bolt gun a little bit closer.
I didn't mean to roll that. I meant to drop it.
Fires an errant shot, kills Luger.
Yeah. The other bolt hits the thrusters on the EVA pod and it catches onto Alex's suit and it shoots off into space.
Drags them all forever.
So I'm going to say that you both narrowly miss getting hip checked, but it does knock Ajiri's gun into space and you're finally able to recover Luger. Recover the ship from flying around crazily. What was your panic, by the way? Yeah. So you're still trembling. You just realized you nearly killed the two people you were trying to rescue.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm closing the hatch. Oh, thank you, Luger.
Do we have company?
That sounds like Gray. Gray?
The hell is that?
Hello, Dr. Jerry.
Oh, Gray. I'm surprised to see you.
I'm sorry I'm looking a little worse for wear, but I can assure you that I'm still a valuable member of the crew.
Gray, are you able to access the feeds from the ship right now? Is that doable?
Not without
We have
a
company.
connection, unfortunately. My wireless capacities to connect with the ship have been damaged. However, I can still hardwire to a console if we can get to the ship.
Luger, I did not lock the armory. I don't remember. Probably a bolt gun or maybe a pistol. I don't know. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Guys, but they're not dangerous. These are, I can calm them down. If I'm sure they're rattled just like we are, but they're good people. Well, that's a whole different story. I can't vouch for the squid.
Alex, that's right. I agree. I mean, they just want to get off like we do, to get back to, to Earth some normality. And I'm sure that they wouldn't be hostile to us if we just, allowed them to accompany us home.
Exactly. If we've got a way out of here, they're coming.
Captain, you hear Greg. I'm sorry to interject, but I'm curious. What is your intentions?
Well, Gray, the station is on a course to the
I'm
epicenter
sorry,
of that
Dr.
black
O'Leary.
hole.
I was speaking to my captain. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. Please.
I don't believe they have FTL. Our situation does seem quite dire, Captain. Can you lift me to the window so I can take a look? Oh, I turned off my sensors, my nose sensor, long ago. And he looks. Go ahead. Oh my, it looks like the superstructures of both the ship and the station have intertwined inexorably. I do not see how it can be extricated.
What?
That
What do
also
you mean, Gray?
theoretically, the set arena is now part of Erebos, including the FTL drive.
Is there a mass that I can see that is connecting itself to the station?
Yeah, if you look where the ship had crashed into the trawler maw of Erebos, the biomechanical tentacles and sort of like fleshy colored metallic structure of the hull have sort of looked like they've intertwined together with the set arena's plasma catch mouth at the front.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you had like a fleet of EVA ships like laser cutting like the front half of the ship off, it doesn't look like you can extricate it by anything you know.
Oh my God, Gray. He's right, Luger. Our ship's gonna be pulled in.
Well, the other possibility is that the FTL will be activated and the entire station will be able to escape a blastin'.
You mean it would pull the station with us?
Yes, in theory. The tentacles act as a hard point.
No way, man. We
So-
can't bring this shit back with us. There's no way. We can't let that happen.
No, of course that's not good.
As you're debating this, you do, Captain, you notice more than anyone else the running lights of the Seterina begin to turn on.
You're right, Alex. Alex, what did you say the name of your compatriots were?
Yeah, out of character. Would I know which two went over there?
You don't know specifically anyone except for who Flo mentioned as Tommy Mann was one of the prisoners she had mentioned. He goes by Mr. Mann. You knew that he used to work for the Triads, and that's how he ended up in prison.
Yeah, the only one that I know for sure is over there is Tommy. Wix told us before she died. He's a good guy. You'd like him.
Oh wait, it's not the Triads. He works for the Yakuza.
Just got some minor gang ties. Nothing to worry about.
He's just a street hoodlum.
Yeah, exactly. He did some low-level crime.
But you do know that he's quite smart. Captain.
Yeah, I think we need to get on there before they take that thing faster than light, because otherwise we're just gonna get stuck here. I think that's our only option.
See Gray pipe. Sorry, go ahead. Captain.
Exactly. We've got to stop them.
Are those the running lights that I've noticed? Well, then that would mean that whoever is on board the Seterina has beaten our encryptions. All right, so all of the airlocks on level B, the outer airlocks, are not covered. However, 2 of the 4 are currently hard docked with EVA pods. I think you should be able to move your EVA pod. I think I gave you permission.
They took the pods. Those our pods, Alex? Was that one of our pods? Was it one of them who tried to kill us earlier, the machines? I could have sworn I heard laughing.
Ejiri, when you went to go meet Stykes, there were at least 2 other EVA pods in the hangar bay. So presumably there at least
that's right.
That were there.
Okay.
All right. You want to attempt a hard dock, or do you want to just float out and do a spacewalk to the... Okay. Give me a piloting roll at a +2. Or you can use a story point. You're amazing, mind you. You mean your amazing escape? Nice. You see Gray sort of, whoa, kind of bumps around cabin as you make... That was exhilarating, Captain. Nicely done. All right. I will be ready, Captain, when you are. Out of character, under normal circumstances, all ships, because of the nature of a self-destruct, is usually a manual override from near the engineering section, like the Nostromo. Like they couldn't just punch in something from the bridge. Oh, disabled, yes. Assuming the connections from the bridge and the engines are still intact, there's, obviously been intrusions into the ship's superstructure by this organism. Okay. Are you guys still in the pod, or have you entered the airlocks of B yet?
Alex has a bolt gun and my pistol. Actually, Alex, could I have my pistol back, please?
Yeah, I don't think it ever moved to my inventory.
No, Alex, you picked it up. I saw you.
Sorry, Doctor. I think I left it on the station. Pregnant pause.
Alex,
But
please give me my
wait,
pistol.
hold on. And Alex rifles around in his suit, and he pulls out
I don't want your knife. I don't want
a
your
sharpened
scalpel.
toothbrush.
I don't want your toothbrush.
Here, man. This'll do it. Just stick him at the pointy end.
Alex, you're making me feel very uncomfortable. Please give me my pistol.
It's like you know what? Here, and hands you the bolt gun. I
don't want the bolt gun,
that you
Alex. That's
lost
too
yours.
heavy. I'm old, Alex.
And he looked at his rifle and other stuff. He's got no other weapons on him.
Okay. Well, you lost my pistol, Alex. Okay, give me the toothbrush.
Hands you the sharpened toothbrush.
What do you have? I have a cutting torch. Okay, I have a toothbrush, and Alex has the bolt gun. Okay. Oh, you have the spare. Oh, please, Luger. I'll take that torch.
You want me to give him the torch?
Take the toothbrush once, but like a bayonet.
Ooh, yeah, just some duct tape. Now you're thinking like an inmate. Out of character, I do have one question. So looking at, we mentioned this earlier, when you look at the internal modules for the ship, it says EEV 2 times 4. I think that refers to the size, because when you look in the core book, they're listed with like the Roman numerals. That's just the size. Of the type 2, there is type B, which is not faster than light, and type C, which is faster than light. Do we know which one we have?
You do not have faster than light.
Damn it. I guess Alex is coming
Sean,
along.
The bolt gun, that's a single action load. Shoot it and you have to reload it.
Yep, it's an action to reload.
So, okay. So even if you don't get a stress, you still have to reload after each shot.
Yep.
If you don't get a panic.
Yep.
Okay. So I had 4 reloads for that, or I guess 3 reloads if one of them's in the bolt gun. Could I give that to Alex?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
You have like a pocket full of bolts.
Yeah, I already have 7, so now I got
You got
a whole
7?
spacesuit full of darts.
Well, okay. Well, it's a mute point then. Never mind.
I find it.
I guess you take. What were you saying, Sean?
I was just gonna say, I find it hilarious that Ajiri still has not like dumped any of his stuff. He's still carrying so much that he's still encumbered.
It's so sad. I only have 2 strength. Let's see what I guess I could dump these that's a good point. What do I have to Are you looking at my inventory? What do I even have to dump? The shiv is half a kilogram.
And it's still weighing you down enough to be encumbered. It's so funny.
A toothbrush too far.
Man.
The big thing is your
I think
suit.
it's this.
I mean, your space
Oh yeah,
suit.
you're right. It is my suit. Well, I guess we'll just see what happens.
All right.
Okay, but
Yeah, if we send a distress signal, surely someone will come pick us up. I've still got years left on my sentence.
well, it sounds like you could get those years. Wait, 10 days, as in like the power for the pods? There's no cryo on the pods. That sounds like a death sentence. Well, let's first thing first. Could we maybe take this ship to another system? It's more manageable than taking it straight back to Earth. I guess that's.
Yeah, and we probably don't want to stay on board the ship any longer than we need to. I mean, everybody got sick and went a little crazy staying on the station.
No, we should leave. But I'm thinking maybe if we go to a lesser system, we could just take the pods and head down to the colony, and maybe leave the ship in orbit, and be able to contact home. Yes, I like that idea too. Oh yes, that is a big bargaining chip. Okay. Yes.
Lead the way, Captain.
Yes, sir. Okay. And you all are on the airlock concourse of Deck B. Okay.
Flight checks complete. Cycling. FTL.
Is everyone on the map showing the deck A, B, C, D circles?
Yep.
Yes.
Everyone can. I'll say all of you can distress one. Yeah. Pre-flight checks would probably involve plotting a course. Yes. Yep, you'd have to do a contact though. Okay, so accessing the computer terminal. All right. So yeah, your fingers fly over the console, and you tap into the navigation computer. You see that whoever's on the bridge has plotted a course for Anchor Point Station. Gateway, Anchor Point, but it's in the core systems, I think.
That's too risky.
Maybe they're just panicked. I mean, we want to get the hell out of here too. Let's just go talk to them. I'm sure they'll be reasonable. Tommy's a smart guy.
Okay, are you going normally, fast, or stealthily? Okay. All right. You can go ahead. The door is not locked from the airlock. You should be able to make your way to deck A. You can hear like captain of the Setarina for as long as you've been. You can tell like the sounds of the ship like as it's cycling for an FTL jump. You get closer to the bridge and you see the fallen body of Dr. Lark. And as you make your way, you see the bridge doors closed. It does not look to be locked. Are you guys going guns drawn or guns stowed?
Yeah, I think Alex is like gun trained on the door before it opens.
Okay, who opens the door? Okay. You open the door to the bridge. You can hear the sounds of the computers collating and whatnot. As you walk in, you see two individuals. One is sitting at the pilot's station, and one is sitting at the navigational computer. I need you to roll mobility if you want to try to get the jump on these people. Or if you're announcing yourself, you don't have to.
Alex is just watching Luger. What's the play?
So you see both of them, like their heads turn on a swivel, look in your direction. Neither of them are wearing spacesuits at this point. You see the one who's at the navigational computer. This is the individual. He's looking at you, like kind of assessing what you're saying, who you are, and looks over at you, Alex, and goes, "Alex, what? How did you get here?"
Look, I made some friends. You need to stop what you're doing right now.
He looks at you like this weird, like, "Are you crazy?" face, and he looks back at you, Luger, and it's like, look, I don't know what the big picture is going on over there. Flo was just batshit crazy, wanted to blow this whole place up, and I just want to get out of here. Look, I don't know what the dangers are or whatnot, but what I do understand is that we have this ship, it's got FTL, and we can just deal with the situation when we get to civilization. You see a look of concern on the pilot's face. They're, she's still wearing, her prison garb. Looks at Tommy, and Tommy's kind of like puts a hand up, like try to like, "Oh, don't worry about it, don't worry about it." And he looks back at you and is like, "All right, look, I'm guessing what, you're the captain of the ship, right?" Well, let's hear it. He looks at you and looks at Alex and is like, "I guess that would be the smart play if I really gave a shit about any other people but us." And he looks at you, Alex. He's like, "Look, I told you about Anchor Point. I've got $100 million WY dollars stashed in the lockers there. 10 million of that is yours. If you can get this guy off my back, or this woman off my back, we just need to leave."
That deal sounds good, Tommy, but if we go back to Anchor Point, you're never getting off Anchor Point. The millions don't mean anything if we bring this shit back with us. We need to listen to her. I'm sorry, but just watched Wix die, watched all of our friends die, those here notwithstanding. We need to listen to them because, I mean, if anybody knows what the hell's going on here, it's them. I mean, they purposefully showed up here to collect things. I mean, I trust their judgment a little bit.
Just out of character, Jiri, where are you?
Me, I'm armed with just melee weapons. I'd be in the very back, but still, being able to make eye contact with everyone in
Are
the
you able
room.
to token out?
Am I able to what?
Move your token out of deck B.
Oh. Sorry.
I just didn't know if you were actually in
No, yeah.
something.
Yeah, that's a good point. I had so the Discord app is on my tablet, and it's like face the opposite direction of my computer. So I was just like hyper focused on this conversation. I forgot. How do I? Oh, I have to go through the door. Yeah, I'm there.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
As you're trying to talk sense to Tommy or Mr. Man, Alex, the speakers come on again.
FTL cycled and ready. 5 minutes. for departure.
Hearing that, Alex is like, continuing to talk to Tommy, but like lowers his weapon, hooks it onto his belt and like is, holding his hands out, but like coming closer to them, like to, pacify a little bit.
Okay. Make an observation. Okay, and I guess Luger, you make an observation too. All right. You both, as soon as like you start stowing your weapon, Alex, you see out of the corner of your eye the other person, the pilot, begin to raise their shotgun. Okay, gonna have to give me opposed mobility to see who gets the draw on who. You get the draw. All right, gonna go into initiative, and you'll get Overwatch, Luger. So actually, you can do Overwatch now, and then we'll go into initiative. What do you do? You've got the draw on her. Give me a manipulation roll. The voice of reason doesn't seem to reach the woman with the shotgun, and she continues to level the shotgun. Okay, give me a just give me a shot with that. You're at short range, so there's no modifiers. What do you do with your extra success? Okay, and your panic. All right, so 1 point of damage, and you knock the shotgun out of her hand, basically. All right. What are you firing? Okay. So you hear the like the pshoof of the gun hits this person's hand. Here she's like, ah, as she recoils, and the shotgun drops at her feet. And now we're gonna go into initiative. Here. Currently, the shotgun's next to her on the floor. now we all roll for initiative. And Jerry. Nice.
Jerry getting the jump.
Oh, wow.
You said you were behind everyone, right?
Yeah, I'm behind everyone.
Okay. All right. What do you do?
Me? Okay, I'm going to use my action to help give Alex a free reload, I guess, so he doesn't have to use his action to reload it. So I'll like stand by ready. Is that possible?
How would that work? Like, what would you do?
So like, unfortunately, because I'm going first, it doesn't really sound as good. But like, if Alex were to shoot, like he wouldn't be able to reload right after shooting, but I could reload for him on his turn by sacrificing my 2 actions, so he can shoot
I'm going to say
on his turn.
that it's a bit of a stretch, and I'm not going to allow it just because it would need Alex to basically give you the gun to reload it, and then you'd have to give it back to him. I mean,
Okay.
so
Okay. On that,
sorry.
that's okay. In that case, I am just going to does the other person have a weapon in hand? Tommy? What's Tommy holding?
He is currently not holding a weapon, but he has a stun baton attached to his belt.
Okay. I'm gonna, I guess, move up and get in melee, I guess. Actually, how many? It would probably take way too long for me to get to the armory from here.
You need to make a decision.
Go. I'm close range with Tommy.
Okay, so you move into
No, not with. Yeah, with engage range with Tommy.
And you were attacking?
I'm going to.
You need to make a decision. Come on.
Yep, attack. Torch.
All right, go ahead. Cutting torch.
Yep.
Okay, so you also have to roll panic.
Oh, yep, that's right.
So when you moved into engage range to attack, you pull your torch, and you realize just how close you are to a convicted, prisoner or felon who could probably hurt you easily. So I guess that is what causes you to freeze, but you still manage to torch him, and that's 3 points of damage with the torch. Yeah. And Tommy is not wearing any armor. You just basically burn right into his chest through the fabric into his, chest hairs and hand. It's not good. Where is it? Actually, you sort of burn down with an arcing motion, like from his chest down over his stomach, and you kind of hold it as you freeze in place over his leg, and you sort of burn through the tendon in his leg, breaking it. And he sort of stumbles and falls prone, grasping his leg. And he's also broken. So he's busy clasping on his leg. Alex, what do you do?
Yeah, Alex, seeing the one convict still standing, is going to grab the little pouch of Arcturian Sweet Dreams on his hip and chuck that at her face.
Okay. What is the effect of the Arcturian Sweet Dream?
It makes them hallucinate, where they envision like a place where they want to be, and that everyone around them are, I think it's people that they know or people that they're friends with, I think.
Okay, just give me a ranged combat to have you throw it in the face.
All right. Oh, I'm going to push that. Oh my God.
Oh no.
Let's see what the panic is. This would be interesting.
Yeah, I throw it into the intake of Dr. Ruggieri's suit.
Yep. Your hand trembles as you throw, thinking, if I don't do this, that shotgun is probably going to get picked up and used on me. You throw off kilter, and it does get sucked into Jerry's suit.
Oh no. Yeah, and then Alex is going to use the other action to I guess I used both to draw the weapon and throw it. So that's everything for Alex.
Yep. So, Jerry, you start feeling really good, and you start picturing the cherry blossoms of home. Luger.
He's in a better place.
Luger, what do you do? You'd have to use an action to move and an action to pick up. And you're going to be in engaged range of her when you do it. All right. So you move over and you go ahead and pick up the shotgun. It's in the dropped items. And while you're in engaged range, she's going to in inactive. No, you click on this one.
Is it shock or shot?
Shock.
Oh, okay.
So you picked up the gun. But while you're standing next to her, she pulls out her toothbrush, filed to a jagged point, and goes to stab you with it.
Oh, the toothbrushes.
So it's engaged range, which is +3. Okay, roll your armor. All right, you see the plastic just kind of bends as she tries to push it into you and just kind of deflects off of your armor. All right, Ajiri, you can do stuff, but you're seeing something in front of your face that isn't there, and you're not seeing the actual scene. You're seeing like your favorite place in the world.
I'm going to stumble backwards and fall on my ass and pass my turn.
Okay. With a big smile on your face.
Yeah.
Okay. Tommy is seeing things not going his way and is making a run for the door. And he gets into the door. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Let me roll his mobility. No, it's fine. I totally forgot that he had a broken leg. So he's going to crawl towards the door. Alex.
All right, Alex is gonna, letting him crawl past. He's less of a danger if he's out of the bridge. Is going to now draw the bolt gun and try to fire past Luger and hit the hostile.
Okay. You're at short range, so no mods.
My God! All right, I'm gonna push it again. Finally.
All right. 3 points of damage. Yeah, she's not wearing armor, so that bolt sinks right into her. And she screams out in pain. And you see she's just screaming in pain and agony. She's broken, but not dead. She's suffering from debilitating pain, it looks like. But she's down.
And then it's off to Luger.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Give me a Comtech. Or you can use the one you saved. All right. I'll retro that. That's all right. All right. Gray, describe what you do. Making connection. And you see. All right. You see he's like, eyes are fluttering as you make the connection to the console, and he's like, collating. 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 And then his eyes stop fluttering. And you hear over the ship-wide speakers,
FTL disengage.
see Gray look like kind of turn his eyes at you. Captain, I've managed to cancel the FTL jump. However, something has blocked my ability to navigate. It just seems to have recently become inaccessible. And as he says that, you start to see the console that he's plugged into start to glow a purplish color. And as the change of the color begins happening, it sort of travels up the sinews that you've used to connect him to the console. Okay. Well, it looks like you may have got a little late of connection, getting him and disconnected, because now his eyes start to glow purple and he starts to speak.
You fail the deal. You treacherous and deceit. You will pay.
And then the eyes go back to regular color. Captain, my system's been compromised. I'm no longer safe. Please deactivate me for your own good. I do have a joke for you. As you start the procedure, it's like affecting his motor function and his voice. He's like, knock, 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 knock. Gray.
Alex says, Gray who?
He smiles like, that, me, I'm here. Me, Gray, do you not get it? And then he just kind of goes, meow. And his eyes close. And he doesn't make a... You son of a bitch, Alex. You son of a bitch. You hear Tommy on the ground. God damn you, Alex. You friggin' side with these freaking people when you've been friggin' my buddy for this whole time. Screw you.
Whatever, Tommy. You were going to kill us anyway. At least we have a chance still.
I still got the offer. 10 mil. Just drop them now.
Looking around at the rest of them. Look, let's just like pacify him and get him in the escape pod with us, and we'll worry about the money later. But we do need to blow this fucking ship up right now.
Like outside the ship comms or inside the ship comms? You could try. Right. You do connect to the comms array. What signal are you doing, or what kind of communication are you going to try? All right. As you attempt to make a signal connection to the network, you hear a lot of static, but behind the static seems to be whispers, voices just below the register of hearing. The static completely goes clean for a second.
No escape. No warning. We will perfect all.
And then the comms go dead. And you see a purple light emanating from the comms console. Possibly if you were to like spacewalk to the comms array.
Is it time to head down and set this thing for auto destruct? Agreed. And Alex is like trying to snap Ajiri out of it while we're talking. And I actually looked up the rules. Ajiri can make a stamina roll to try to like see through it a little bit and like regain
Oh, I
himself.
can. How often?
It says at the end of your turn, so yeah, I think it's more like combat oriented.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of which, Ellen, as you're trying to bring him to his senses, sorry, you hear her voice again over the comms.
FTL system re-engaged. Departure in 15 minutes.
Right. We going home. What?
That's right, buddy. We're going home.
Hmm.
What do you do? Let's see. I believe the armory was on deck B. Medbay is on deck C. Engineering is deck D, and the FTL drive itself is on deck E. On deck B.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. No. Okay. Where are you, Ajiri? Are you still on the bridge, or are you following them?
I'm just blindly following them. Just
Okay.
kind of being led without any conscious will.
Do you go into the
As
armory?
a side note, yeah, I'll go into the armory with them. But as a side note, I don't know if it's in the army or not, but I originally brought that non-lethal launcher, and Alex swapped it out for a bolt gun, so it should still be in the armory, unless it was moved or something.
It should, if you had access to that locker, it should be in there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just following them. I'm not really with it, so things are kind of I'm just going with the breeze with whatever they're doing.
Okay. So you're like the last one into the room, or are you still like lingering outside in the hall?
Yeah.
The armory.
It depends how much the others are paying attention to me.
How much are you paying attention to Ajiri?
Yeah, I feel like at this point, Alex has him like, slung over his shoulder, like carrying him a little bit.
Okay. So he's probably out of it. So why don't either of you do an observation?
Yeah, I think you, Captain, because you're not, encumbered and paying attention to Ajiri.
All right. As you're prepping inside the armory, a sound sort of like catches your attention. You look towards the door, something moving on the ground. And you see this semi-translucent squid-like thing like you saw on Erebos scuttle into the room. And it's not moving the way it was before, like the other ones were moving out of the way. This one's it seems agitated and aggressive. And I'm going to put you all in initiative. So what are the lingering effects of the sweet dream?
Yeah, I think it's here. Let me pull it up because it's from the CMOM, so I got to grab that description again. So yeah, it's that they're disoriented. They view everyone around them as friendly, and then they can make the stamina roll to overcome at the end of their turn.
At the end of my turn?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. The end of each of your turns.
So you have to make a roll. I think so, yeah. I'm just going to say that you've
Okay.
come about mostly, so you don't have to roll.
Okay. So who's up first? Is it me?
Yep.
Okay. So I will, coming to my senses, I'm gonna make sure that we're inside the armory and I'm shutting the door.
You do know it's inside with you, right?
Oh, it's inside the armory?
Yeah.
It came in through the door while we were all inside. Okay. I guess I'll try and torching it.
Okay. Give me use the torch. You're at engage range, so I guess it'd be a
It doesn't automatically do it.
It's a -3. It would have been bad anyway. That's fine.
Forgot to right click it.
When
Okay.
you do it, a success.
I'm going to just probably knock back out of engaged.
Okay. So you lower this thing, the torch down to the floor to burn this scuttling creature. You catch it directly in its center, and it squeals in pain. It like you sort of like force it back towards through the door, and it actually crumples and just begins to burn in a little heap, a little lifeless heap on the floor.
Cool.
Should be down in the ship equipment. The civilian control projectile launcher is what you were talking about, Ajiri.
Oh yeah, it is in there. Nice. Jerry still has some reloads on him. Andy, he has 3. For the bolt gun. I don't have any reload. Is there a second? Oh, wait, there's a second bolt gun. Is that correct?
Whoever's in.
That's right. I took the reloads from that one and just left the bolt gun. I remember.
And now Alex has all the reloads.
Yeah, if you want any, he's got 9
Alex, you
bolts
have,
on his hip.
You have 9. Which one weighs less? You guys pick it. Yeah, you both. You should take that.
And I believe that
You're a
would be
better shot.
I think I let him take all of the rounds from that, so it's actually empty. No, it's just going to be like a heavy machinery and a Comtech. What?
I was just thinking that.
That would be awesome. Clonk, clonk, clonk.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to worry about anything at that point.
Yeah.
You're not that lucky. The corridors are like what you've seen on the Nostromo, basically.
Alex, can I have 3 rounds for the bolt gun?
Absolutely. Yep, hands them over.
So remember, one of them is in the chamber, so the remainder would be your reloads.
Okay, yep, perfect. So I should have 6 left.
And Ejiri, when you load your gun, when you put your reloads in, -1 for the one that's in the chamber.
Okay, so I'll put 2. And how many rounds of the M230 baton rounds are there? Just one?
Looks it.
Alright. Did someone grab that?
I did not grab it. It shows 0 reload, so I'm not sure if there's still one like chambered.
Okay. Holy crap, I can't carry that. It's way too heavy. Alright, well, I guess that's it.
Has everyone got what they
Yeah.
want?
Eat some food.
Yep, Alex is all loaded up.
I'm gonna chew on some food. And I guess we're ready.
Sure, we can do that. 5-minute break.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
In 5.
champagne, I would have no idea what it was.
Alex is saving it for a rainy day.
All right. So we're going to switch scenes.
Oh boy.
So, Dramikowski, it's been a while. You've checked all of the pods, and all of them had bodies and ectoplasmic egg sacs, except for this one. It seems like the deacons didn't reach this one yet.
Woohoo!
Does everyone see the map? Oh, sorry. So, yes, this one seems free and clear. Are you going to try to start the pre-launch sequences and whatnot?
Oh, most definitely.
All right, give me a comm tech.
Okay.
Oof.
What is that?
One with initiative.
Look at that will to survive.
So,
I went
you want
berserk and beat up a deacon, and
some information from that?
absolutely.
You can have every single one of the stunts.
All right.
Yeah, every stunt.
So you were like flying through the pre-flight sequence. It's like this seems like second nature to you. You're plotting the trajectory of the pod to get it as far away from the station and the black hole as possible. However, with the information that you've extrapolated with the flight computer, you realize that the EVA pod's thrusters are not going to give you enough push to get you clear of the gravitational pull of the black hole as it is now.
Wonderful.
With that information, though, since you got so many successes, I won't have you roll for observation, but
Okay.
you do figure out from this information that given an added push by something, you might be able to break orbit into a high enough orbit to be stabilized and not be pulled back into the black hole. But by push, you figure that some sort of external force of great magnitude could push you into stable orbit.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna jump out of the pod and see if I can go find something to do that. And
With so many successes, I'm gonna give you even a bit more.
Okay.
When you came through here, you realized the giant pylons of this, part of the station are filled with plasma. The plasma, where all of the excess plasma is stored and channeled. You realize that if any of these plasma sinks ruptured, that would be quite a big explosion.
Okay, so guessing I have to do something to the pylons to get them to rupture on a timer. So I'm gonna jump out of the ship, and to make sure no deacons get into this pod, I'm gonna close it and lock the door using one of my last two remaining CommTech for doors.
You're gonna lock it?
Yeah,
Okay.
keep it safe. Now
All right,
let's go find.
That is good uses of your successes.
Sorry. Okay, what did you say?
I was just saying that it's good use of your successes.
Okay. So, now I'm gonna go find a way to sabotage those pylons to get them to rupture, hopefully on a timer, or Something like that.
Okay.
Bum, bum, bum.
The heat of this room hits your face again as the door opens. The sounds. Can you guys hear the sounds, the mechanical sounds I put in this level?
Yeah, I think so. Like
Alright,
fans
cool.
and stuff.
Again, you're on the raised platform, like 150 meters above the floor, and there's another 150, 200 meters above you.
Okay.
You can hear the clanging, banging of the sounds, machinery, the flow of the plasma as you make your way.
Seem to recall there was a terminal or something up this way.
Okay. As you make it to the middle of that platform, give me an observation roll.
Okay. Move up there. Observation. Oh, there it is.
Right, let's see what your panic is. Oh shit.
Well, damn it.
This is not the best option or outcome for you.
It probably would have been 10 minutes since the last thing then.
I'm gonna.
Actually, yeah, why don't we step that down at least one, because it has been a while since you've been, searching the pods and stuff. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say it's a 9. Drop item.
Okay.
As you're making your way across, you could swear you're still halfway across the thing, not all the way.
Okay.
This is where you hear the clicking and chattering of something like nails on metal. You're not sure where
Oh,
it's coming
hell.
from, but with the success, you look up and to your right, and about 10 meters above where you are, on the thermal plasma sink to your right, clinging to it, upside down, looking at you, is a perfected. And go ahead.
Okay.
Greetings, Doctor.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn my back to the wall and just kind of keep sliding down the wall while keeping my eye on it.
Do you have control?
Yep. It lets it get to that sort of the corner and then zips. Oh, actually, there's a wall, but it zips onto that wall.
That's this is all empty space. This is suspended gangway, and this is like a 200-meter plasma tank that you're clinging to the side to.
How far above is it?
Technically like 10 meters, but if you look at special abilities, it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah, so it leaps.
What happens?
It leaps onto the gangway.
You hear a clank as this thing grasps on, sitting on the edge of the gangway's handrail, like perched like a bird.
There is a choice to be made.
Good to know. And I'm choosing to leave.
That is not option. Death
Those.
or perfection.
I don't like either of those options.
Choose.
And I'm gonna take a couple steps back.
That's now you're in initiative.
Oh boy.
Okay, Dravakowski, you seem to have the upper hand. What do you do?
Well, I have no weapon, so I'm still gonna try to make it to. Can I try to make it to the console and do whatever I need to do to set off those plasma, whatever you called them?
Plasma sinks.
Yeah.
Yep, you can attempt that. You'd have to move over to the console as an action and then
Yeah.
do a contact. And what exactly are you trying to do with your contact?
I am going to attempt to set those sinks to either overload, overheat, explode in some sort of way. That if I can make it back to the pod, I can get the hell out of here. If not, it's just going to destroy the perfected there and me along with it. But better option.
Okay, let's see what your panic is first.
It's going to be terrible.
Oh, wait, it's going to be 10. No.
I'm done.
Well, I think she would have lost the panic condition when we started after the computer stuff, so we wouldn't be that high.
Yeah, like I was like you suggested earlier, you'd have dropped a few steps. So why don't we drop it 2 steps?
Okay, stress goes down 2. You want me to roll again?
No, we'll just say that it's a 13.
Okay.
So you flee.
Shit. So I have no chance to. Well, I can't flee just yet.
You do also remember, I'll just give it to you, that there's a floppy hand cannon on a suit somewhere nearby.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I don't move just yet, right?
Correct. You used 2 actions.
Okay.
You did manage to do what you wanted to, though.
Oh, okay.
And the earliest that it can react is like 5 minutes.
Okay.
So in 5 minutes, the plasma sinks will detonate.
Okay.
All right. All right. Begin combat. You've gone. Perfect burger.
So zipping left and right, it uses its cat-like grace to dash next to her for the terminal.
Yep. You definitely close to engage range with that that action.
Can you move the token? There's a wall on the gangway.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Oop, wait. I moved everybody.
Okay.
All right. You should be able to move now. And if you want, I can see if it'll let you roll the attack. Otherwise, I can roll it.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Like Luger, you chose poorly. Oh, sorry, that probably shouldn't be public.
Yeah, switch yours to private after this.
Yeah.
Oh, so I gotta roll empathy?
Well, I guess this is kind of moot because there's no one around but you.
Oh, true.
So the logic of that breaks the hypnosis. Like, it wants you to attack your friends, but you're alone. Burger, you can go again because you're just that fast.
Yeah, so it stares at her with cold black eyes, or such as they are, and then just taking its time, and then does something else. And it looks from side to side, and there's a weird whistling noise.
I don't like the sound of that.
And unnaturally fast, it does something again as well.
It continues to stare at you patiently with a terrifying gaze.
It tries to make you think that your enemies are human, but again, there's no one around. All right, Grabikowski, you shook off that gaze. What do you do?
Well, I would still have my flee from the panic, right?
Yes, you're still trying to get away.
Yeah, so can I make it all the way down or halfway?
About halfway would be a zone.
Okay. Stay out of here.
Okay. Let me just read something real quick. Okay. Perfect Burger. What do you do?
It sort of crawls like a spider along the side of the catwalk, pursuing her.
Okay. You can get up about here.
And then the next one leaps at her. Well, depending on what the rule is, I guess.
Oh, I love this one.
Oh,
Yes. All right, go ahead. You.
Perfect Burger, after crawling along the gangway, leaps right at her, attempts to grapple you, so you make a close combat.
oh boy. You and me both.
Ah, damn.
And you succeed.
About to
Makes
go to
sense.
Hulk mode on you too.
Right, so that's step back 2, though, right? Or did you change your?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually scream.
No, I reduced my panic
Oh.
earlier, so it would roll correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back up to 14 now, but
But you do
But I think-
manage to break its embrace, I think.
Yeah, it rolled 1 on the actual initial attack. She just as well, but it rolled 4 on the following thing.
Oh wait. So make a roll a 10 base die against the target's close combat. So you rolled a 1 Burger and she rolled a 4.
Yeah.
Right. So that first roll, she beat it, so it doesn't go on to the next one. So you can describe how that went.
So, I mean, what's your close combat reaction to the creature pouncing at you? You like tossing it to the side.
I'd have grabbed it and thrown it against the. I would hope these gangways were on got handrails. Throw it up against the handrail and attempt to throw it over down into the abyss of the area.
Do you get an automatic attack with your panic? No. You can attack on your next turn, so you can try doing that after.
Okay.
And Burger still has 1 more
Yeah, so it slams against the railing, but then manages to sort of push back and does something else. Once again, jumping in to attempt to grab you. As you push it against the railing, it pushes back. Roll another close combat.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1. Yeah! Sorry.
Okay. Then the being leans in close and as if leaning in for a kiss, and then 3.
It raises the face helmet, or the visor.
Lashes its barbed tongue into your mouth
Oh, nice.
and inflicts critical injury 46. It's a bit creepy.
Yep.
And 46 is.
And you are immediately broken. 46.
Okay, so
Ruptured intestines. Oh god, it's grim. So its horrible thorny tongue goes right into you.
It's French kissing you and destroying your intestines.
nice. So, um, I thought I could right click. You said I could right click on the critical injuries to add
Yeah, the
that?
little heart symbol.
Yeah, I'm trying and nothing's oh wait, you know what? I'm probably
You might need
clicking
to
over
pop
it.
the
There we
sheet
go.
back in.
Yeah, that was what was happening. You said 40 what?
46.
46. Okay. Ruptured intestines. Yay.
I guess it's
And
moot
that
at
makes
this point. Sorry, go ahead.
and I'm broken too, so my health goes down to 0.
Yep. At that moment, you hear more clanks as 2 of these deacon creatures drop from above, seem to have called by this being.
Wonderful.
They look at you, Perfect Burger, for instruction.
Like I hold out my hand to them, and then I think I want to pluck Drabikowski up and drag her across to the flight terminal.
So you take her up the chute,
Yeah.
presumably to the pod room.
Do I know that the starship is getting sucked into the black hole?
I'm sorry, you broke up at the end there. What?
Do I know the station's getting sucked into the black hole?
You do know that, yes.
Yeah, so I want to drag her to the terminal controlling that.
Okay, let me attach you. All right, you should be able to drag her token along with yours. The creatures follow.
And it lets go of its grip of its thorny intestine tongue and collapses you over the computer terminal. These engines.
I'm gonna cough, spit out some blood. Go to hell.
Hear the hisses of the creatures as they sense your defiance.
And can I torture her a bit more?
Is your goal to make her comply?
Yeah, inflict pain without killing her. And make her comply, yeah. Or can I try the hypnotism?
So what I'm going to do is have you do a opposed close combat versus her manipulation.
Okay, so I gotta
So
roll
the Xenos don't
manipulate.
have close combat. Should I do mobility?
Use Burger.
Oh, right, okay, cool.
I have no manipulation points. Yeah. Ooh, I succeeded on one.
Right? Defender always wins. Ties. Burger can't push as a perfected. All right. You tried it again.
Last stubborn human. I think at this point it like plucks her up and throws her down below.
As you're heaved over the side, following the first few meters of the 150-meter drop, what goes through your mind, Drabikowski? The floor?
Yeah, the floor, and at least I did everything I could to stop these creatures from getting off this ship.
Plummet to the bottom of the shaft. All right, switching gears now. Nicely done, by the way, Perfect Burger.
Thank you. Sorry, Sol.
I did kill your other character, or didn't attempt to help your other character.
All right, you guys are just heading out of the armory. You see the burning remains of this squiddy creature just outside the door. It kind of flops over.
That's great, damn it.
Well, that's a resounding maybe. Alex, I can't hear you either. Either you or Gaijin, you muted. Nope, still can't hear you, Ella. How about you, Gaijin? Are you there?
All right, trying again.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Gaijin, are you there? Let me check the chat, see if I'm not missing anything. Did anyone see him post in chat?
No, I didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything either.
All right. Kind of don't want to take him over at this point because this is the critical moment, basically. I just saw your post, Andy, in the chat. That's awesome. Let's see.
That's
You guys in? You here?
he's muted.
Well, I'm gonna NPC him until he jumps back on.
Oh yeah, so the response was absolutely lead the way. Yeah, Alex is locked and loaded.
And Dr. Gaijin, Dr. Jiri says, do what is necessary. And follows you.
Alex pulls a little flask out of one of his little utility pouches. This is the best I can do.
Saul, that is just wrong. Ugh. Oh my god.
I couldn't help myself.
Can't even look at it. Delete it.
Oh God, no!
Oh my god. Ah. Seriously, I'm sorry. I have to delete that. Oh my god. Go. Ugh. All right. What was the question? What was your question, Andy? You asked if someone had something.
Oh yeah, and all Alex has to offer is some moonshine. If you want a sip of that.
Okay. Adjure. Okay, so you're taking time to notice your surroundings. Okay. The jury follows along behind you as you make your way down the deck stairs to deck C. To mid-bay. You go in, and it doesn't look like there's anyone or anything around. Whatever's in the chest. Okay. You go down another flight. Inside, as you enter engineering, you hear the telltale sounds of the machinery. You do notice immediately there's pools of blood on the floor, emanating from further on in the room where the consoles are. Human. Okay. Do you proceed in? As you get closer, you can see that there are bodies strewn near the machinery where you had originally needed to plug in your power battery housings. There are two fresh new ones, but standing near where they've been plugged in are two grotesquely mutilated bodies that just have remnants of like yellow orange jumpsuits.
Can Alex tell who either one of them are?
You would recognize them as fellow inmates, no one specific, but I do need you all to make an observation.
Yeah, I think Alex is going to push it.
Oh yeah, Gaijin has to. Okay. So as you all entered, and as you, Alex, were beginning to try to see if you knew who these people were, and started to realize that they do look familiar, friends of yours. So everyone pushed and got a success. Yes. Oh, you didn't.
Yep, just Alex. Alex got the chip.
Okay.
And drops an item, so I'm not sure what. I mean, the only thing I think I'm actively carrying is the bolt gun at the moment.
What happens makes you startled enough that you would drop your bolt gun, and it's going to make Ajiri turn and run out of the door. While you were all standing there, you felt drips on your shoulder. Except for you, Luger. You're still looking at the bodies. Alex, you look up, and so did Ajiri, and see an enormous tentacled monstrosity just clinging to the ceiling right above you. But you happen to notice it before it dropped down on all of you. So, gonna put you all. Well, you're all semi-grouped together, so I mean you're well within the range of all of its tentacles. And it's going to, depending on how these rolls go. That works out thematically anyway. Alex?
Yeah, I think.
You drop.
Yeah, when Alex sees it, I think his initial reaction is rather than scream, to just try to help the only other person in here, since Ajiri kind of backed out. So I think Alex is going to try to tackle Luger out of the room.
Okay, give me a. So you're going to use one movement and then one close combat.
Yep, exactly. To try to just clear us from its path if it were to fall.
Okay, go ahead. Give me a roll.
Well, that's fitting. Yep, very fitting.
Oh,
Right,
man.
Alex just looks up and sees it and pictures this in his mind, oh, successfully tackling them out of the way. And he's like, okay, start moving. And he realizes his body is not moving. He is just as stunned as everyone else, that he's just stuck there staring at it. Something terrifying and mesmerizing about it.
Ooh, not the best outcome. All right. Cuddles is going to drop down from the ceiling amidst all of you. And let's see what he does. He's probably going to go for the one that's panicking. It sort of catches, well, visibly panicking, which is Ajiri, who's trying to run away. Its tentacle, one of its tentacles, whips out to try and to catch him before he escapes. Just need to roll his armor. Okay. He does not succeed with the armor roll. You guys notice, watching this tentacle shoot towards Ajiri, that it wraps around his leg. And it and him move out into the doorway beyond, into the zone beyond. It sort of drags him out into the hallway. He goes prone, and he must make an immediate panic roll. And you hear death-curdling scream come from Dr. Jerry, which makes you all panic. Now, for you, Alex, since this thing is outside the door now, I think seek cover would be anywhere inside the engineering room.
Okay, is there, like, since Alex was kind of kneeling on the floor, is there like a workbench or something he can, like, or a, piece of equipment he can just hide behind? Because I feel like that's what he'd try to just stow away somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, in engineering in a ship, there's probably like racks of parts and like weird machinery that's like sticking out of the floor and the walls, so you can hide behind any of that stuff.
Yep, he slides into wherever he can fit himself and just tries not to be seen.
You do drop your stress by 1, but your stressful actions cause Luger's stress to go up 1. On top of the fact that now he's twitching, his panic goes up by that, and your panic goes up as well. Or stress. Sorry, not panic. And the cascade begins. Everyone got all those chalked up? Okay.
Yep, think I'm good.
Okay, and I'm going to say Jerry, since he's on the other side of the monster, it doesn't really affect him. Luger, you're up. Yep. Okay, it's 1 action to close the door, 1 action to lock it. Close it, and you lock it. Next. All right, the door closing catches its attention. It's going to turn around and attack the door. The door has got a 7 class. I'm going to say 7 hit points. Oh, should have done that private. All right, it's kind of looking at the door, trying to figure the best way to get this thing open. Outside, the Ejiri, now not its total focus of attention, is laying on the floor, prone, looking up at the back of this creature, and instinctively is going to try to use the cutting torch on it. He's at engaged range, so that's +3. That public. Points and panic. As he's cutting, he like sees the thing sort of like wriggling in this weird, unnatural way, and just like he's like, I gotta get out of here, and he's like stumbling to get to his feet to get out of here. His stress goes down though, as a release of that endorphin surge, but he does do 3 points of damage. And you hear the creature scream out in pain from beyond the door. Alex, you're hiding. What do you want to do?
So just thinking what I still can do from down here after one round. So is that like at this point I can come out?
I think you have to go through this round. Panic.
Okay, yeah. Then I think for this turn, Alex is continuing to cower, and like eyes darting around. But yeah, he's not really doing anything. He doesn't have a weapon to clutch, since I think the bolt gun's still out on the floor.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, he continues to hide.
All right. The creature is going to try to get in again. Again, it seems to be overthinking the situation and trying to figure out how to best open this door, and doesn't do anything.
Oh.
Luger, you've got the door closed. What do you do? Okay, so I'm going to say you need to use an action to get to the console, and another action for the mechanical part of this process, which would be the heavy machinery. And then you're just going to need a Comtech after that. So move. Yep. Well, you have to wait for your turn again because that was a. Okay. Alex, you're watching out of the corner of your quivering eyes. Luger just jumps into like overdrive mode, just like propping open the hatch for the the cylinders that you have to pull up to get the process going to overheat the reactor, and it's just like a blur in front of your vision as Luger works, prying up the thing with the maintenance jack, and the control panel pops up finally. Outside, come on, Cuddles, use your brain, open up the door, come on. He's going to. All right, finally. You hear like smashing against the door, but it is just a barely perceptible dent in the door as it does this. Ajiri is just kind of running back up the hall towards the stairs to Deck C, just trying to find a place to hide, just wanting it all to end. And I don't know, Gaijin, if you're here, you can jump in. If you're not, I'll just keep playing this way. Alex, you're free from your panic.
Yeah, Alex, hearing I think the banging on the door kind of snaps him out of it. So then he immediately jumps into action to get up and get over to where Luger is, just saying like, "Okay, what do I do? What can I help with? Just tell me what to do."
1 minute. The FTL jump.
Yeah, and then is there anything that Alex can do to help in that time? I don't know, with like the process, if there's any assistance Alex can lend, but that's what he'll try to do. I know stuff about heavy machinery, but not computers.
If he has no contact, there's nothing to help, so he can't do the contact roll.
All right, so yeah, then I guess the end of Alex's turn is like turning to face towards the door, is his like hand, he's starting to kneel down to grab the bolt gun, because if that's the only way he can help, he's gonna get armed.
outside, creature is getting impatient. And overthinks it again, like, which way should I come out the door this time? And nothing happens. Luger, you're at the console. That's all you
Woo!
type in what you want. Okay, the minimum time for self-destruct is 30 seconds. Is that what you want to do? Okay.
Self-destruct initiated. Final countdown. 30-second pilot.
And you see the numbers clicking off on the screen from 30 seconds.
Didn't want it to end like this, but at least we know the rest of humanity is saved.
You hear a huge thump as the thing hits the door again. But the door is holding fast. And as you see the numbers count down, 10, 9, 8, 7. You think with your mind about Allie and, your connection to her and like how you hope that she was able to help in some way get to this point. You know that she tried to stop them the first time, was unsuccessful, but now you're completing the loop, and in your mind you hear,
Perfection is family.
and as the last second ticks off, everything goes white. Cut to an exterior scene. The Blassin black hole, swirling with all of this plasma energy. The camera showing, in contrast, the shadow of some unnatural shape writhing against its background. And in a final vain attempt, you see these giant tentacles erupt from the upper structure, reaching for the Sederina to try and pull it apart away from itself. But as it reaches it, there's an enormous explosion consuming the scene. Everything goes white. However, the white begins to change to a purplish color. Brighter purple. And the light begins to fade. As it does, the view of a Blassin comes back into view. Closer now to where this, outline of this profile, the unnatural shape, comes back into view, and you see where the Sederina is completely gone, along with half the port side of a Erebos, vaporized apparently. However, what's left of Erebos is pulsing with and emanating with this deep purple light, as if it's been supercharged with energy. The thrusters that have been pushing it into the black hole cease. Thrusters on the opposite side begin to fire to try and push it back into a stable orbit. But continues a slow descent into the event horizon as you see the lower portion of Erebos begin to dip below the clouds of the plasma stream in its event horizon, going deeper and deeper. The middle part of the station begins to disappear in the plasma, in the swirling redness and orange colors of the plasma stream. The top part of Erebos begins to sink, and those tentacles begin reaching and stretching out away from the direction of the black hole towards a part of space spinward of its location, as if reaching for something, but it cannot reach it. And as it dips further and further into the event horizon, the last vestiges of the top of the conning tower and the observation deck dip below the clouds along with the tentacles. And then the camera pans back, showing just the mass of a Ablasin standing alone. End scene. That's it.
Wow, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Hope that was climactic enough for everyone.
Yeah, I feel like that was a very fitting ending for all of us.
My attempts to self-destruct the station a couple sessions ago failed miserably.
So that was, the description should give you a little clue as to what happened. It actually absorbed the energy being released by your attempt. It supercharged the station and it was able to control it, which was the whole, like the earthquake and the lights becoming super bright.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, was that when the station originally self-destruct?
yes,
Right. Oh, interesting.
the Hezdalan lights were able to absorb the energy from the initial self-destruct attempt. This one was more successful, but because apparently, the set arena was separated from a little bit of distance from the core of the station, but still mortally wounded. What do you guys think?
That's such a good game.
Yeah, I really liked this one.
Yeah, that was fun.
I was kind of happy to get room to be able to play an antagonist for part of it. Did you enjoy it?
Thank you for letting me. That's cool.
Yeah, you don't get to do that very often. Like the way the rules is written, it tries to like get it out of your hands as quickly as possible. But I feel like it is. I mean, it does add to the tension, and yeah, it really worked.
Yeah, I was hoping that it would fit, the setting, and I was like, it doesn't say in the rules or in the module that that's what happens, but when you started doing that whole pulling Navarre into the pod, I'm like, oh, this will be great. So well done, man.
That's really interesting. Yeah, I was
Enjoyed that too much.
I was starting to suspect Navarre, like, ever since like when I was looking at him, I guess, to see if there's a reaction that one time on the deck. And
There was a point really early
told
on
me-
where he snuck off to the mother
Yeah,
room,
it was-
and then
it was
after
pretty-
that, I was like, oh, maybe it's not Dravokovsky.
Yeah, because I could have sworn it was
He went off to the mother
Dravokovsky.
tunnel or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was Dravokovsky. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't call the UPP ship. That was a surprise.
Yeah, that was definitely Navarre, but yeah, they were both on a similar mission.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Broom Room, you can probably elaborate. Can you extrapolate from your last character what was going on?
That both Drabikowski and Navarre must have been UPP agents. Well, I knew Drabikowski was anyway because I played her in the second session, but
Yep. So
but
Navarre.
I still don't know what Ironfish is. That was a big mystery.
So Ironfish is basically all the information that the station has been collecting from the UPP's military communiques. Basically, in this part of space, Ablasin attracts all radio waves. So the UA has been using it as a listening post to figure out things like their black sites and their military movements and stuff like that. So I guess they were trying to extract it to keep it out of the UA hands.
What happened to that last scene? I accidentally fell asleep. Yeah. What happened to Ajiti and Luger and everyone?
Well, the short story is Ajiri panicked when they saw the trilobite on the ceiling of the engineering room. It dropped down. Yeah, it dropped down and dragged Ajiri into the hallway, which allowed Luger to close and lock the door to engineering, and it kept Ajiri was able to escape, and he panicked, so he was trying to flee, and so he spent the last few seconds of his life running down the hallway of the ship.
Oh man, I'm sorry about that.
No, that's cool. No worries. You get to watch the repeat. We recorded it.
Yeah, I was planning on it.
I'll just have it. My headcanon is Ajiri eventually found Tommy, and they held each other in their last moments.
There was still enough
funny.
drugs in his system for him to be able to see cherry blossoms and gazebos.
Yeah.
Exactly. He sees Tommy and he's like, "Oh, it's your brother or whoever," you know.
Oh, that's really lame.
So, did you guys feel that this was like sort of a departure from your typical alien adventure?
Yeah, it's much
really
more
fun.
cerebral than the other ones.
Yeah,
it's good.
It was definitely different that we're not Marines with all kind of weapons and can just mow down all the aliens.
I feel like we actually uncovered most of the story as well. Like usually when I play Alien, it's you go in with the best of intentions to investigate things, and then everyone just dies for thief.
Yeah. I mean, you did basically figure out most of the secrets of what was going on. The only thing, I'm not sure if there's anything that I actually didn't include. There was some more story and plot that had to do with Warden Stikes and Flo Wicks. Like that could have been drawn out a different way, but it was getting closer to the end game, so I just sort of took them out of the equation. I was going to say that if anyone had gone down to the deck with Drabikowski on deck I, Stikes would have been one of those bodies on the gangway there, being loaded into the pods. Do you know why that was being done? Or do you suspect?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering. Maybe it's to like launch it elsewhere, like contingency.
Yeah, basically, what the Proto Hive was going to do was use the Sedurina's FTL to transport themselves to the core worlds and other colonies, and then use the EVA pods like bombs and just bomb the planets with like the seeds of the Proto Hive.
Oh, nice.
Oh, these are the border bombers.
Maybe.
Although the timing maybe doesn't work.
That's true. I think that's happening right now, like at the same time.
Yeah, I mean that's what half of you were on this mission for was to find a way to combat it, right? I think.
Yeah, what was everyone's agenda?
My agenda was the Ironfish.
Lark was just keeping an eye on all of you guys, writing back to the company, performance reviews, which were very thorough until she died, and also learning as much about this as possible for the company.
Yeah, Dr. Jiri was basically the same, just trying to support everyone and get everyone alive off the ship. And then the last act was Jiri just wanted everyone to well, no, I guess the last act was just go down with the ship just to make sure it doesn't spread.
He was very anti Wayland Yutani, actually. Like typical Wayland Yutani person.
Yeah.
He's like opposite
Was
of what
it-
Burke would have been.
Was it difficult for you, Sean, when I was playing him? Because I was kind of the reason why the group got split up for like the first 4 sessions.
I wouldn't say it was difficult any more or less difficult than a regular adventure. I mean, the party always splits, and it would have been not nearly as interesting if you guys had all been together the whole time, you know?
Yeah, I think the
Oh,
fact
good
that we
deal.
split throughout the whole thing really helped the tension.
I don't know if you figured it out, but Navarre was basically an MSS agent who was sent to keep an eye on Drabakowski. And I think I had you duped for most of the first act.
Yeah.
So
No,
for
I
the
was
first and
until
second act.
yeah, first and second for sure.
Navarre was
Navarre.
was an MSS agent.
Yep,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
and
had-
managed
Yeah,
to
'cause I
like
thought,
pull off the like reveal, but just to Saul, because he like messaged them right before being put into a pod about getting their mission done.
yeah, because I thought it was
Yeah.
Kinderstrom. He was UA, is what I thought, because that was my Act 2 agenda, was somebody's following me or seeking me out, and I'm like, okay, he's being an awful big ass.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's complete ass.
He was the red herring. What's funny is Navarre is actually not Navarre. He's Colonel Dr. Bartolo Aberjan, a deep cover agent, and the actual Navarre is dead, stuffed in the locker back where you guys took off from.
Oh, interesting.
But how did nobody know that? Because didn't we all come from the Institute?
Oh yeah. I thought
Yeah, I think we
Ujiri was
played
his,
like we'd known
they were
him for a
friends.
long time, but
Out of character, I would probably say that he's been medically altered to look like Navarre.
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah,
Hiddenstrom
that's
worked for Project
interesting.
Lifeforce and was trying to get that back under control and investigate the strain. And he said, well, I had an agenda in Act 2, which was you're not afraid to experiment on yourself. And then the last one was basically like, the hell with the others. Perfected is the way to go.
I figured that was your agenda because you were super hyper focused on that strain, like to the point where it was like risking like the crew's lives in a couple situations, and I'm just like, yeah, it's definitely Berger's agenda,
Yeah,
which
sure.
means that I can at least trust him.
You trust me just to be
Yeah.
useless.
That's really funny. Yeah,
was-
and then what really set me off with Navarre was, I guess, when Navarre was like, at first I was like really suspicious, just because he kind of seemed like he was expecting how everything was going down, but then he was like, "Oh, can I just like, put a tracker in all you guys?" I was like, "Oh, this is no good."
Was
How
that
did-
you, Ella, with the tracker?
Yeah, that was like the first attempt at being able to monitor what Drabakowski was doing without actually telling everyone, hey, I want to pay attention to Drabakowski.
Oh, okay. I had a feeling that it was it was for the reason of the rescue ship coming to track us down and exterminate us all.
By
one
the
by
way,
one.
when you guys were calling out Dravikowski, that big intervention on the set arena,
Yeah,
she had the Iron Fish data the whole time.
I figured. Yeah, I guess
Yeah, but
me and Burger were right.
forgot to do the little part where I corrupted the drive and threw it back in the airlock for somebody else to find. And oh look, Gray just doesn't know what he's looking for.
That's interesting.
I was pleased to be able to put Lark down when she turned as well, because my background said that I killed my psychiatrist after the way he arrested me.
Oh man, so it's just catharsis for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little ironic, you know. You got some therapy out of her in the end.
You always do androids pretty well, I think, Ella.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's just so great to fit within that sort of robotic personality. You know, with a kind of one-track mind, but also just endlessly devious.
Did Alex feel like a real player character to you when you took him over?
It did take me a minute to sort of like feel him out and figure out who he was gonna be because, you know, again, like his agenda by the time I took him over was just like get away, you know. So he just felt like a very frantic, you know, any other NPC minor character in an alien movie, you know, just running away, just saying let's get the hell out of here, like, you know, no real like coherent plan.
Because I created him out of nowhere. Like, he's not in the module. I just...
Are you serious? Oh, that's
made him
cool.
He was going to be a throwaway character in the first act.
Yeah, no,
wow.
that felt good. Yeah, I think it was
I like Alex.
easy to jump.
We can thank you for the sharpened toothbrush then.
Yeah.
The toothbrush.
Yeah, that was great.
But yeah, so cool. Yeah, this was so cool and fun to run. I mean, and you guys totally like play your characters to the teeth. It was great. And by the way, everyone in the third act earned a story point for me.
Nice.
Yay.
Well, at the very least, it was that entertaining that I was like, I gotta.
Well, hey, I succeeded my mission.
Yeah.
I sent no aliens got off the ship.
Yeah,
Blew them
Burger
all up.
And was basically to become perfected, so.
Yep. So, yeah, you guys all have a get out of jail free card for me for the last act.
Nice. I don't know if anybody's seen the new Alien book that came out. Yeah, the adventure at the end. I definitely want to run that at least, you know, once ahead of some of the conventions this year, because yeah, it's basically a, you know, dungeon crawl in a Colonial Marines frigate.
Is it Enemy of My Enemy, the book?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay, so I won't read. I'll definitely want to play that if you're going to run it. I won't read the mission at the end.
Okay, yeah, because this one, I think even more so than some of the other ones, is like, if you read the book, it basically undercuts the drama. Because yeah, there's just so much that happens after the scenario that, you know, you'd already know the answers.
Okay, so nothing spoiled by reading the book.
Oh yeah, no, don't read the book. Yeah, for sure. Because yeah, like the adventure is essentially a component within the book that they don't describe, but you know how some of the things resolve by the end of the book.
Okay, so I've read about half the book. Is that?
I think it should be fine. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely more the latter. I think Act 3 of the book is where it would get really spoilery.